Hi there, it is Nick Dutch here again. I have just been dipping into a book by Arthur Edward Waite on the Kabbalah, the doctrine of the Kabbalah to be more precise. I was fascinated by the writing style that was, as is traditional with A E Waite, a bit too meticulous and rather heavy. I was struck with the contrast between Waite and Eliphas Levi in terms of writing style, and in terms of the issues that were raised in Waite's writings. Unlike the writings of the alleged greats of the occult history of the world, whereby a great deal of importance was placed on the acquisition of power or understanding of the religion that the occultists were promoting, Waite was attempting a more open and direct explanation of the theologies associated with Kabbalah. I was reading the book and waiting for the punchline, and it didn't appear. Instead, I just had this feeling that Waite knew that the writings were pointless apart from in terms of the cultures associated with the theologies in question. I thought to myself, what is the point? What importance is Arthur Edward Waite placing on the Kabbalah? When Waite was commenting both on the Lesser Key of Solomon and on Eliphas Levi transcendental magic, he wrote in a rather scathing manner, as if to imply that the occultists were deluded. However, when writing about the Kabbalah, he was writing in a more academic style. He was evidently more in favor of the Kabbalah than magic. At this point, I have to say that I have a certain level of disagreement with Waite. Although he wanted to give direction as to the meanings of the spheres and it obviously had some cultural or mystical connection with him, I don't feel that any mystical school of thought is complete in its own right. It depends on what the purpose of its use is. For a religious person, the religion is the solution to everything. For the occultist, there are no real solutions apart from what he or she can create. For the mystic, the system of mysticism seems to provide all answers. But in isolation, all these schools of thought are equally useless. It would make more sense to me that one needs to apply a certain quantity of knowledge and belief from outside of the mystical arena to make the practices of the individual more effective and useful. And that source of knowledge and belief could well be from the natural sciences as well as psychology and the methods of neuro-linguistic programming. The occult and mystical cultures, and in that category I would include religion, offer us both the mind-altering techniques of meditation and prayer, but also rich systems of symbolism that can be used to assist the practitioner to focus his mind more and more on a concept. I agree that the information that we have from the mystical sphere of life is useful when we are performing spiritual exercises and using concepts such as servitors. Without that which is known by science and psychology, the exercises seem a bit futile, or at best limited in terms of scope and result. Nick Dutch signing out.